Just for the record, ma'am, just self-introduction.
My name is Bisi Fayemi. I am a gender and development specialist, policy advocate and writer, and the former First Lady of Ekiti State.
Okay, so what really do you look at concerning partnership? And partnership is something that is like a missing link among the women in Nigeria. Now we're talking of politics, economy, business, and all the rest. So how do you want women to really collaborate, partner to ensure that they work together?
I'm delighted to be here at the invitation of Her Excellency Ambassador Kema Chikwe, who has been convening this space, the Women's Leadership Institute, to provide support and opportunities for women in different leadership spaces in the country. This is the 8th anniversary of this project, and I congratulate her for what she has been able to achieve so far. On the issue of collaboration, it is absolutely important to ensure that women who are often marginalized, whose voices are often silenced, to be able to collaborate effectively, for them to be able to aspire to spaces that they've hitherto been shut out of, and for them to be able to achieve their full potential. This collaboration needs to take place at different levels. Women need to collaborate with one another, create networks, sustain those networks. Women should also collaborate with men, because we need men as allies. Men are policymakers, men are husbands, fathers, and brothers. And we live in deeply patriarchal societies, which is responsible for the marginalization of women and girls. So if we are going to see any lasting change, we need these collaborations. We need our politicians, our political leaders, policymakers to ensure that they embark on processes in collaboration to ensure that women have opportunities. And we also need to ensure that we have these collaborations at community level as well. Because if our communities do not own these issues, if we don't work in collaboration with community leaders, traditional rulers, and other leaders of opinion, we are not going to get very far. I'm really delighted to have been here today, and I'd like to encourage us to take all what we have heard forward. No women, no nation.
Thank you very much.
But
I'm sorry.
it's not the paper. I know because I have to. All right. Ask me, just
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
During the event, we're hearing you empowerment, empowering women and all that. So, briefly, can you talk to us about the measures that the Women's Leadership Institute are doing to identify women that are actually determined to make it to the top but lack platforms and privileges?
Thank you. The Women Leadership Institute in the first place was founded with a vision of getting women into the mainstream of leadership in this country and in Africa as a whole. Because there are certain obstacles for women and inhibitions. And we thought it was time to set up something specifically to focus on leadership for women. And we started this 8 years ago. And the vision is growing. But unfortunately, some sectors are working very well and some sectors are not working well. For instance, the political sector is not working well. You can see that there are, I think, only about 4 senators now in the Senate, Nigerian Senate, and that's a diminishing figure. And it's embarrassing for a country like Nigeria. The same thing, you heard the Women Affairs Ministry say that 13 states in the Federation don't have women in their houses of assembly. So who is going to represent women? And the idea of having women in the mainstream of leadership is so they can have a voice. Because when a man speaks for a woman, he is not actually representing the feelings, the true feelings of women. It's like women speaking for men. It's the same thing. So we talk about collaboration. It's collaboration between men and women, between sectors, between agencies, between organizations. Collaboration is the key to success in any policy. So what we are saying in Women Leadership Institute is that it is critical at this point of Nigerian development to have women to represent the country in quality positions. You see, the banking sector, the women are doing very well. Private sector, especially on the higher level, women are doing quite well. But on the lower level, the level that is more controlled by men, I can't say that women are doing very well, because it pains me when I see women roasting corn on the road, when I see women frying akara on the road at this stage of our development. By this time, we should have had those women in mobile kitchens, operating from mobile kitchens. And it gives them more honor, more respect. And because women are on these levels doing this kind of public jobs that have little or no respect or dignity, it's difficult for women to gain the recognition they need and the respect they need in society. So the collaboration we're talking about at this conference is timely and timeless. Men must rise up to the occasion. I think it's very embarrassing to this country that we have poor representation of women in the assemblies. So they don't have a voice. They don't have a voice, and it is wrong. And look at the level of development in Nigeria. Look at Nigerians. Nigerians are, in oil business, all sorts of businesses, and so they're very wealthy men. If you go to Asokoro, where you saw a bush 5 years ago, you see the whole area built up. So we are building up infrastructure. But we have to build up a human infrastructure. And women constitute more than 50% of that human infrastructure. They must be mainstreamed in leadership.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.